statues. Yet it is clear that a number of these rulers were both efficient and adventurous. For example, they formed strong navies that braved the seas and spread Egyptian culture abroad. This has prompted many scholars to ask, during the course of their long history, did the ancient Egyptians sail to the New World before Columbus? The Egyptians had sturdy ships that may have made the journey. Numerous Africoid sculptures suggest an ancient black presence in the New World. Even Mexican pyramids, hieroglyphs, and cultural artifacts provide strong evidence that the Egyptians sailed to the Americas in ancient times.
It's evident, without going into a lot of scientific and technical detail, that they knew that the earth was round. They knew that the earth was tilted on its axis. They knew that the earth revolved around the sun. They had already had ways of determining the minute of arc in the heavens of movement of stars. So they had already learned how to determine celestial longitude and terrestrial longitude and latitude. So they would have had more than enough astronomical knowledge to enable them to navigate almost anywhere in the world. And they would have had craft, that is watercraft, seaworthy enough to make those voyages. And I think voyages not only across the Atlantic, but across the Pacific to what we call the New World probably began in prehistoric times. And so that America was a crossroads for the world long before there ever was a Columbus, thousands of years before there ever was a Columbus. And there's nothing inherently impossible in terms of their level of science and technology and astronomical knowledge that would have prevented the ancient Egyptians from making such voyages.
The Sixth Dynasty spanned a period of 155 years. It marked the first time that large numbers of regional governors began to break away from the central rulership of the pharaoh to independently control their own territories. One of the most prominent pharaohs of this period was Pepi I, who quelled internal strife and strengthened the monarchy. His son, Pepi II, ruled Egypt for 94 years, the longest reign in world history.
The death of Pepi II was followed by the decline of the Sixth Dynasty and the ultimate collapse of the Old Kingdom of Egypt. This then marked the end of 1,000 years of African splendor, the zenith of black civilizations, the world's first golden age. Let us now review how it all happened, how Egypt came to be a great African nation.
First, black people from various parts of Africa migrated to the Upper Nile. There they founded the nation of Nubia. Then the Nubians moved down the Nile Valley and settled the land which was later to be called Egypt. They made many contributions to Egyptian civilization, including the divine kingship, mummification, a strong spiritual heritage, and perhaps even pyramid building. In time, however, Egypt evolved into a separate and distinct nation in its own right. A nation that laid the foundation of world